Yeah, you know what it is. Me, your boy Scepterpan, and you're back for another one of these Scepterpan videos. And I'm very glad to show you this because I think it worked out great, and well, you're just gonna enjoy it. This is Guardspost. Oh, woo-hoo-hoo.
Details are coming back, painting over in black. They wake me and make me smile. On Saturday mornings I was walking on the chairs. If I could, I'd meet you there. A broken doorbell's drone, I still hear it loud and clear. When the war was still cold, the stories we were told took place so far from here. Sit still and wait, I'm sailing coming back, painting over black. They wake me and make me smile. Pictures made in 84, I can't see them anymore. I remember everything in a dream and on TV. All the memories come to me. I just want them to remain.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I really love that song. Sounds is sexy. You know, you should check it out. Check the credits if you want to know more. So yeah, you just saw that we put down the fundamentals of Guardspost Bay, and later we're gonna do towers as well because I got a little ambitious, I guess. Not really. It's a pretty small area in general, especially compared to Velveteen Quarter, but it took me a lot more time to do for some reason, and the video is also a little longer because of that. What I decided to go with when recording this video is actually to have, you know, most of the process that goes into it, because I know that I cut a lot of footage out of the last one, and I felt like it might be a little jumbled to watch. So essentially you see me doing everything with just some cuts in between my footage, just so, you know, it stays on time, because this took me around 3 hours or so to do. 4 to 3 hours, or 3 to 4 hours would make more sense, but whatever, you get what I'm saying, right? So yeah, that's basically the idea. And as you whoa, calm down. As you know, this is not a city that I talked about originally in my introduction video, and that's why it's completely new to both you and I. So what my idea for this was that, well, it's situated right next to Velveteen Quarter, right? So why would it be there? It could either be like an extension of the city onto the bay areas to the rest of the mountains. That I didn't like that because I thought that, oh my voice is all gravelly. Excuse me. I thought that would be a little lame. I mean, Velveteen I think is already big enough, and I think it would just dilute the main impact that you get from Velveteen Quarter. So what I thought of instead was to make it more of a historical area, where it was basically a place that was a watching point over the city of Velveteen Court, because it's pretty much landlocked geographically, right? I mean, it's completely locked in between these very high ridges of both the mountain and this giant cliff on the other side. So the only thing that it really has is the ridge that descends downwards, right? Which I assume that would be like neutral lands or whatever, and then they extend over to the Bay Area, perhaps where the carnival will be. That's where they would have their I don't know, most of their shipping points or whatever. Maybe into Avicenna Avenues, because that's a newer district. So the idea was that some king along his lineage actually developed an interest in obtaining the rich lands of Velveteen Quarter, so that he could bypass, most of the sale prices. I mean, it's a pretty expensive area, and also, why not just annex and subjugate the entire region and become dominant over the area and its inhabitants, and basically the economy there, so you can profit off of yourself. I mean, that's the general idea of conquest anyway, isn't it? So that's what I tried to do. At least that was what I was thinking. What I was thinking of doing. Jesus, a lot of bagels. And yeah, that's basically it. So the Guardspost was built to look over the city and to after a while embargo the city. So basically they would cut it off from the mountainous regions up to Kingsburg, of course, where Old Town was. So you couldn't go to Old Town if you're a merchant, and if you went down a ridge, well, I bet there was like some army waiting or something. So it was completely landlocked and forced into annexation, and then became part of the kingly possessions, I suppose. Kind of like the crown in the UK. And I'm not saying that the crown did anything like that, because of course I'm not saying anything bad about the UK. Whatever. So yeah, Guardspost. What I tried to do then for the architecture is that I'm going to have a little fort. Again, I love that word, fort, on top of the, what do you call it, on a hill. So there's an overview complete with castle walls and stuff. You'll see that in a second once I get to it, because now we're just making the bay, and in the bay we're going to have like a little customs office that was originally built to force taxes upon the merchant that would go through the Guardspost in order to go up to Kingsburg. But that's history.
Without pain, I got lost. Backpedal, angel sky. Give up.
So the idea for Guardspost as a feeling was to have it to be like a romantic city, and in the same way that romantic as not lovely romantic, but romantic as very nostalgic and looking back and being kind of somber in tone, but not really melancholy, because that's going to be Witch Blossom. But it's this I don't know, some strange romantic feeling that I had for it, some looming feeling of the past, So that's basically the tone that I was going for. So what I tried to do here was try to create a couple of new connections into Velveteen Quarter, because the traffic got really busy in Guardspost. And it would just get worse because there's another connection to the Leaf Market way up on the top. So the idea here was to create a couple of new connections, especially this one I found a little bit difficult to do because I wanted to do it along the train tracks and the existing little bridge that you see there, the curved bridge, but that didn't really work out because it came quite obnoxious to look at. It was way too big and expansive. So I decided to just create a straighter connection. And most of Guardspost Bay around the train station has like now a one-way road system, so that should help out with traffic. Yeah. And this right here is adding of a bridge in and of course the garbage area, the garbage disposal, which has more recently become an office park because I relocated some of the garbage pods near the water facility. I thought they stuck out a little bit too much with their green leaves and whatnot. So whatnot, it's back.
I reach for your hand. I reach for your hand. All my waking hours, all my living days, all my seasons lost, all my time is spent. When it came to you, there was no separation. All my waking hours, all my living days, those were the days I didn't feel bad. But I didn't know. These days, whenever I talk, it seems that I'm talking to you. The things we could do, cemetery walls, we keep the same hours whenever I want. I reach for your hand, I reach for your hand.
Yeah, the area that we just did on the Valentine Adventures Ridge, well, that was horrible. That was the most congested area on the map right now. At that point, right now, what the fuck? No, at that point. So it was quite necessary for me to fix that up a little bit by adding more one-way roads right there. And I think it worked because the traffic is a whole lot less dense right now.
Cemetery walls, we keep the same hours whenever I want. I reach for your hand, I reach for your hand.
So yeah, we're adding some foliage right here as to kind of obstruct the living area from the highway as well as from the terminal, because I'm sure that's not a very pleasant sight when you're in this area. You know, you look in your backyard and you have this really busy highway. I mean, this is as of now, this is the only real connection to Kingsburg, and Kingsburg's going to, of course, have its own university, so that's probably going to be a very, very busy connection. So that's the reason why we have all these trees here. And this is Guardspost Grove. So mystical.
I seek for safety round here. Can't shed any more tears, 'cause I'm locked up in my own fears. In this town of broken dreams, I'll never walk alone. All I love is surrounded 'cause I have been so far away from home and where I've grown, and I've had enough in this town of broken dreams. I'll never walk alone. All I love is surrounding me, and we never disagree. In this town of broken dreams, I'll never walk alone. All I love is surrounding me, and we never disagree. No, we won't disagree.
So yeah, that's exactly the type of tone I was talking about. It's kind of morose, but not very depressed sounding. There's some sort of I don't want to use melancholy again, but I will. Melancholy sappiness, I guess. That's what I think the youth would feel like here.
When I look into your eyes, I see the end of time. It's like the atmosphere exploding so divine. When I look into your eyes, the colors so sublime. It's like the cosmos singing all my favorite lines. And I do, yes I do, every single thing I do. Do do do, do do do. I do it all for you. When you're gone, I am smiling, oh yeah. Just to know that you're coming back to me. No, no, no. When you're gone, I am laughing, oh yeah. Just to know that you're coming back. You're coming back to me. When I look into your eyes, I feel the end of time. It's like the atmosphere exploding in my mind. When I look into your eyes, the colors come alive. Almost like outer space is nothing but a lie. And I do, yes I do, every single thing I do. Do do do, do do do. I do it all for you. I do it all for you.
See, again, that's the feeling that I'm talking about. It's this, there's this morose happiness again. So yes, this is the fort that we're building right now, on the watchtower, and as you can tell, I'm just using the two water towers essentially. So they also fulfill a need nowadays, but it's far away from what they historically were supposed to. And I feel like it's a constant reminder of the people in Guardspost of this time, because most of, like, if you look at the Floral Laurels waypoint where we just drove past, I mean, those were all the verges of the city, but even those verges have been broken in the past by example of this Guardspost, because it's not really honest, it's not very compassionate, it's not very just, it's not very it's subjugating, so it's against freedom, it's 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 all of those things. It's not treating people as equals. I mean, it's taken for the benefit of the ruler. So this is it's a very nice area, which is why it's probably happy, and it's a distant past, of course, but it goes against the grains of the city, and that's why this place is a little complicated. Loving you is complicated. Loving you is complicated.
I witnessed the beauty of the road ahead. I can recall myself, and I am part of my wounded body. No pain nor fear. I was caught by the hand, and through the rain we both discerned the light. But will you show me how it glitters? I've been waiting for so long. No way I could be wrong. Bright shore is never ending. In the springs of love, I bathe.
So yeah, this part right here is kind of to show the degradation of the past, the ancient links, because these towers are actually breaking down. It's also because the geography is not optimal for using these fucking pieces of fucking props. But yeah, that's the idea. So you just have to imagine that in the past that these walls would run all up along little fucking, what you call it? There's a little hill. Say it right. A hill. There you go. We're getting very near completing the town of Guardspost here. after 30 minutes. Woo! Let me know if you actually like these longer videos, because for the past two I've been trying to aim for 20, but I'm not sure if like what you guys prefer. Like, do you prefer to see it more in depth like this, or would you want me to speed it up so you get like 20 minutes of content? Let me know. It's not 20 minutes of content, but whatever. It's alright. It's 20 minutes of watching. Now on to the cinematic shots, and let you enjoy this beautiful song again by Silence is Sexy.
Strict man in black suits, they spoke your truth. Don't drink the wine if there's a trace of doubt in your mind. You seem to worry a lot, thinking of God and a faraway home. You say the earth's not your place since you're birth. I'm sure you won't end up alone. Words carved in stone kept you far from the unknown. Within these walls you might be ready enough when he calls. You seem to worry a lot, thinking of God and a faraway home. You say the earth's not your place since your birth. I'm sure you won't end up alone. You seem to worry a lot, thinking of God and a faraway home. You say the earth's not your place since your birth. I'm sure you won't end up alone. You seem to worry a lot, thinking of God and a faraway home. You say the earth's not your place since your birth. I'm sure you won't end up alone.
Yes, and thank you, and I hope to see you next week, next Wednesday, so we can continue building. And I'll see you next
next Wednesday for another one of these videos. Oh, yes.